It's the NFL on EA Sports as we see the two teams who fought back in Super Bowl 18. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the outskirts of the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium in Landover, the home of the Commanders. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The kicker, Daniel Carlson, has this one teed up. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
And even though he's just a rookie, Mike, I think it's safe to say Jaden Daniels, he is one of the most dynamic athletes that we have in the entire NFL at the quarterback position. And on top of that, he's not a one-dimensional player. Yes, he's going to make splash plays with his feet, and he's going to make some highlight reel plays. But he is a quarterback. He can make every throw. He's got great arm talent. If he can continue to find the balance between those two aspects, he's got a chance not to have just success today, but he has a chance to have success for a long time in this league.
It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
He'll get this out to the left flat. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. He'll give it to Eckler on the option, and he'll get about 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll come up here on second down and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. A pass complete to Noah Brown. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Washington. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Austin Seibert now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Here comes Amir Abdullah on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
Don't let this guy's laid-back personality fool you, Mike. He is a tremendous presence to have in your quarterback room. Not only does he have the ability to manage the game at a high level, but your team has a legitimate chance to beat anyone in the league whenever he's under center. Now, I don't know if I'd classify him as a long-term solution, but he's certainly someone every franchise they would love to have.
He's got the Golden Domer. That's Michael Mayer. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
The first run for Alexander Madison. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now it's the veteran, Amir Abdullah. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
Minshew now to throw on 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Minshew to the air on 2nd down. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. On the handoff, it's Madison.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Again, it's Madison. And he brings it down to about the 28-yard line. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll stick with Madison. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
To the air on 3rd down, it's Minshew. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
On 4th down, on comes Daniel Carlson for the Raiders field goal. This will be from 42 yards out. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders are on the board. It's 7-3.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Commanders' offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Marcus Epps up from the secondary to make the tackle. "7-3 is the score. With 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. Got him in. It's that rookie 3rd-round pick. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. And he's going to have a first down here as they are into field goal range at the 27.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Daniels gonna throw again. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing again. Daniels. Now he'll run. And Daniels will slide to a stop. Wise move as a young quarterback. That's how you stay around and become a vet. He picked up the first down. Now the Commanders will use their third and final timeout. Austin Seibert now for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. Seibert's kick is good. And the Commanders go out to a 10-3 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's Minshew now on 1st and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. We were treated to a fine performance in the first half from the Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. They're likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return is Dylan Laube. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. Back is Minshew. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, here's Minshew. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
First and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up second down.
For an offense that really hasn't had a lot of things go right up until this point, those are the plays that you just have to make. Those can be a spark for the rest of the game, and it's amazing how quickly things can turn. But instead, he overthrows his receiver, and it's all for nothing.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Throwing on first and 10, it's Minshew. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. On second down, here comes Madison. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
On fourth down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Olamide Zaccheaus deep to return. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Commanders' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll begin with first and 10. To throw is Daniels. This one brought in by Brown. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw, still result in a big game.
From the 34 now, it's first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. A hit, and he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On play action, here's Minshew. And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this 3rd quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Minshew. He's got the tight end, Mayer. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
The shotgun. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
The Raiders send their punt team out. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Commanders' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. The motion man here is McLaurin. And that is really well read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniel. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. On fourth down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Back deep, it's Trey Tucker. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Minshew gonna look to throw. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. That's the veteran linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
The Commanders' offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The tight end, Ertz, in motion. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. Out of the gun, they give it to Eckler. And he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. Here's 3rd and 2. Third and 2. Here's Daniels. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Washington.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the Commanders. Points were at a premium in this one, but they're able to eke out the victory in this low-scoring affair. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Commanders are winners, as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.